Hello and welcome back to Arumba Plays Factorio, a rocket per patron, and everyone goes as bald as he. That's the name of the series. That's what I've called it the whole time, right? I think. Let's see, I want to check real quick because it has been a while. We have 1,103 patrons, so I certainly haven't given myself an easy task, but the good news is that we're working on electronics assembly machines right now. And we do have robots, right? So we're past the phase of the game where I have to do everything by hand, although I still don't have a personal roboport, which would be pretty swell. If you go ahead and get one of those, that'd be great. Let's just say we did have this next tier. Could we make these yet? Yes, we have titanium. We have electronic logic boards. I'm pretty sure we have titanium, right? I request titanium plate. Titanium, the fancy other things, I think I can't, yeah, I can't make the bearings by hand, but I can request them. Pretty sure I set that up somewhere. Near the lubricant production area, I think. That was a while ago. Yes, titanium bearings. So we could totally make the next tier of assembly machines as well. We already have the maximum tier of power production for actual steam. So, although there's another tier to the boilers that I'm not using. Those require tungsten. These are 80% efficient versus 70% efficient, so I would like to use those if I could. Can we make some tungsten? I don't think I'm actually making any tungsten right now. Tungsten comes from the powdered tungsten and nickel plate. We have nickel plate. Powdered tungsten comes from tungsten oxide, which comes from tungstic acid. To make the tungstic acid, we take hydrogen chloride gas in a chemical furnace and mix it with hydrogen chloride. So we need the advanced chemical plant. Every single time I swear I forget. 402.5 versus 1.5 and 250. Just say 250 divided by 1.5 equals 166, and then you are 400 divided by 2.5 is 160. In terms of energy per kilowatt, energy per crafting speed, rather. This is slightly worse, but it's also much smaller. And it is significantly cheaper, because it doesn't cost any titanium. I'm going to request some titanium bearings. There are quite a few old logistic robots in there. When can I make new logistic robots? That's another question I have. Robot. Worker robot speed, modular roboports, robotics 3. We can research it right now. Flying robot frame Mark 3s. We have these things. We just did electronic logic boards. Lithium-ion battery production is not very high, but it is there. These robots are going to require flying robot frame Mark 3s, brains, all that kind of stuff. The frames and brains are... I don't think I've done the superior circuit boards. I think that's the next tier, the final possible tier of circuitry. Nope, it's the prerequisite to the electronic logic board, so we do have those. Okay. Robot. Again, and we were going to end up using... titanium. I could totally do these. We could totally do these. We need to make tier 3 robots. That'll save all of our power needs. Tier 3 robots? Or modules? Well, here's the thing. We just finished researching module tech, so I think we should go work on modules. The modules. Oh, I need module science labs. We need some speed circuit boards, effectivity circuit boards, and productivity circuit boards, which we can now make. Which is just so basic compared to everything else I've been working on. This is the ferric chloride solution, so we're going to say basic module boards can go here. And we can just run this up to there. I'm going to copy this whole thing into here. Pick up that chest that doesn't actually bring anything. Q, 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 Q. You are now going to be tied to the production of that thing. The module 1, which is basic module boards. Same thing with you, basic module boards. You guys require those things. Let's just paste them in there. We'll bump up the numbers. The phenolic boards, I think, are made, but I don't know if they're actually stored anywhere or... Oh gosh, yes, they are. Okay, so we have basic module boards now. We have modular logic boards. To make the sign slabs, I next need to make speed circuit boards, effectivity circuit boards, and productivity circuit boards. Okay. So, speed, productivity, and the other one. Let me just take these three, and we do them like that. We'll do one of each. So we'll make you the speed, because I think they're going to probably be more common. You will be the productivity. You will be the effectivity. I will again paste this. Can't tell. I think, yeah, it goes there. Okay. You're going to be tied to that. And to feed you guys, we need these fellas, which we could grab from that chest, but why bother? Because these guys are going to have to request it anyway. I think we just add to the requester. We can copy paste, like, you need these things. I'm going to make it like 100, 200, 200, 100. We're going to multiply it by 5. So that's going to be that request. I'm going to copy you over. And then iron, sorry, copper plate. Times like 100. Tin plate. Times 100. Copper tin, and then the phenolic boards. Times like 100. Oh god, they're actually killing things. 6 lasers were destroyed. That's just downright rude. Did they not realize that I'm completely focused on making modules now? I'm not interested in their shenanigans anymore. There have been. I know what we can do. Let's, ooh. That was close. We can make lasers in space. Murder the biters that way. Looks like part of the issue is that we don't actually have RoboPort coverage to repair this area. Probably explains why they're actually able to get to the lasers. They've whittled down the walls, and they just charge up and hit the lasers now. Apparently ghost images can actually time out. Thought they were pretty much permanent now, but... Oh yeah, hi. Oh hi. Yeah, this is supposed to be my factory here. Span right up against my borders. That's not cool. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I've got my not outside the factory equipment on right now. See if we can get some equipment over there and then go murder some biters. Push out a little bit, get some space. I really don't need to be carrying around 2 cars. Okay, I'm glad to have that. I do want these. Yes. Inserter capacity bonus, though. Yeah. Laser, any kind of laser damage. Laser turrets 4. This may make the even more advanced one. We could do damage. 20% damage. Or another 30% shooting speed. The damage probably means less power. The shooting speed means more power. More damage, but more power. Yeah, it turns out I've got a little bit too much junk. Turns out those lasers take a lot of power. Stop. Just stop with the walls. Oh my god. I get it. I don't have enough crap. I don't have enough space. There's a mod you can get that like lets you make power armor that gives you pockets. I might just get that. I'll have like a idiotically large inventory. Well, that's certainly doing a little bit better now that there's actual Roboport coverage there to repair the walls. Turns out the lasers are okay-ish if they're covered by walls. You little bastards. Like, why did you have to expand again, huh? Just get the hell away from me, little sons of guns. Want the ion turrets to start shooting everything. They just keep on expanding out here. That's what's so frustrating about it. Is like you clear them out and they just expand again. Ugh. I suppose part of it is that I pulled the turrets back, right? I should just leave the turrets out. And then maybe they... Well, I mean, at one point they wouldn't ever expand. You could place victory poles down, but I think I read that they got rid of that. So they're probably just going to expand. Yeah, look at this. They're right up against my borders up here, too. They're going to keep on doing it. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. We had a good run. We had a pretty good run. There was a small period of time where I didn't actually have to deal with biters. It was an amazing time. Alright, well. Damn it. I was hoping I could just ignore this rest of this and go back, but looks like we'll put down a few more up here. Wow. Some of those really big biters actually took like a lot of shots to kill that guy. Alright, the rest of them we're going to leave there. That's right, the Cruntinium supply disappeared, and I was going to add more, and then I got distracted by all kinds of other things. Just put down like 4 Mark IIs. Sorry, Mark IVs. Let's see how that does. Some of this should be infinite. Yeah, the yield. Yep. Orvum gives you a full red belt. That's an amazingly beautiful thing. Sweet. Probably don't even need 4. We could do the math, but let's not. Let's just not. Alright, so we got a whole bunch of these crystals. We're probably gonna just melt down, because I don't know how to use them. Beyond that. That was the bauxite, the aluminum. This whole thing should be making some stuff in there. We've got 2. Tell me we've made 2. There's that little solder, huh? Nice. So the solder's being made. Once the solder gets down there, it's just immediately going through the chest into the rest of the system, because we don't have enough solder production. Clearly. Alright, let's try upgrading the inserters and see if that helps a little bit. Electronics assembly machine 3s. Why, yes, please. Now, resin, I don't think can be upgraded, but we do have a better machine that could be used here. And then we can upgrade these machines to a higher tier. Okay. Getting close to capacity. This thing sorted. Speed up this whole solder belt. And then, in order to get this stuff fed to those other machines, we do need to do this guy. We'll make sure there's at least 200 in there. And then we'll speed this part of the belt up, probably all the way down to the first branch. I ran this regular transport belt down the bus, and I don't think that it ever got used for anything. Turns out you don't need as many things on the bus as I originally thought for this factory. You'd think that more different parts be used all over the place, but they're really not. We're still just surviving on a single iron belt, too. A red iron belt, which feels wrong. Okay, so solder plate. It's coming down okay-ish. It's not a full red belt anymore. That thing is nearly full. Speed up these. Should help as well. And then go see why we're not getting a full red belt worth. Because we probably do need that much. I guess there's not enough resin. No. Surprisingly, it's not the resin. It might be actual plate. And it is not based on the output side. Kind of squirrely. Well, the fact that they are not actually getting capped means we probably don't need that belt like that, do we? It's still gonna all get there when it gets there. On this side, these machines are starting to operate at such a speed that it just seems to me like I should probably switch over to... I want to be 100% sure I can't make resin. Yeah, I can't. They're starting to operate at such a speed that it just seems like it might make more sense to start using loaders to feed them. I could increase the crafting speed here. We could get rid of the reliance on the carbon. Okay, take my electric metal mixing furnaces. I think we just swap them out right now. That's a tin feed input because... I don't know, the tin line was empty at one point. Let's maybe get rid of that, save the robots all that hassle. Good news is that this will double the amount of solder plate coming out because we're going to speed 2. Bad news is that it takes a lot more space, doesn't it? We got a tin line right here. May have been gone before, but it's back now, so... Okay, and I do this the same time every time. I end up wanting it to be the opposite of what I always build it, so it should really be more like this side is the output side, so they can output onto underground belt. So, we will temporarily grab you over to here. Grab you, the edges as well. And we can cut that line. Then we can get rid of the ones in the middle. Input. Doesn't need to be there. You need to go to here. And in the interest of, because we can, we'll at least do 45-degree angles because they're simply superior. They look funky, though. That's okay. Well, that's clearly not the shortage anymore. Now the question is, how much of this stuff do we actually need? So we need 1 resin every 2 seconds. And I'm trying to support 4 of these machines that craft at a speed of 4. So 1 resin every 2 seconds. The crafting speed of 4 is 2 resin per second. Times 4 machines, I need 8 resin per second. And we're crafting right now 1 resin every 1 second. I think our crafting speed's 2. It's actually a 1-to-1 ratio. One of these guys supports one of these guys, and that's it. But this is all full now, so... But if that's the case, if this guy can only theoretically support 1, then let's at least get rid of 2 of these, so that we're not wasting the resources having them sit around. Alright, I need to get rid of all these lasers and stuff. Again. And honestly, if it's just 1-to-1, why even have 2 machines? We should just have 1. And why even use inserters if we don't need to? We could just use a belt in... So much simpler. Excuse me? Ah, he had a little bit of solder on there, sort of. So in theory, you are actually producing 8 solder every 2 seconds with a crafting speed of 4. That's 16 solder per second. This belt could carry 26, so... It does. That one machine overloads a yellow belt, but it's not enough to load up a red belt. So, but that's pretty spectacular, if you ask me. That part's good. Next, then, is to actually go and focus on modules again, which we should, in theory, have probably at this point like 500 of each, right? Yeah, 500 and 501, and 500 and 500. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so next then is to make some modules labs. We need regular labs. Which I think there may be some in storage right now because I had upgraded all my old labs, and here, let's just do this. We will clear, and then I'm just going to request lab. And these you can bring me, and then we're going to make these. Yeah, yep. There's 12 labs out there. I think for now I probably just want like 4. Maybe 8. We want to get started on doing modules research because something's holding up purple. It's pump jacks, which is yeah, it's the steel. Well, that's silly because we've got plenty of steel. We've got plenty of iron. There's tons of iron ore now, at the moment at least. Iron ore. There's 113,000 now. I've been gaining iron ore. All right, so let's put down these labs. And I kind of want them near the science area, but this is also where the modules are going to be made anyway, so we'll just... keep on forgetting that I've got these big substations and that they'd make a lot more sense to use. That there. Okay, so you are going to need some stuff. Just inputs, though. We need to request module cases. Module main boards. And then one of each of the different types of things. The basic board. Basic things. These top ones here. You can copy paste that down to there. Okay, there's only a little tiny bit of stuff being delivered because I took them all. I'll put half, half, half. All. Then the module cases. Here, clear all. And then restore factory. Save. The module cases, I could have built these closer together, couldn't I? We don't need to keep this extra space here if we're going to use these guys. Yeah. One, two, three. I think I might be able to get away with just using one requester chest for all of this. Am I crazy? Like, let's just see for a second. If I were to max range 1, 2, 3. I could if I put it here. Okay, so you've got all that. So these two are going to feed the bottom two. So we're going to go up to here. And then instead of going out of there, you can go over to here. There, down to here. In the interest of semi-symmetry, we'll do something similar. We're going to have you go... But you're only going a little bit, not quite as far. No, that's not right. You actually do need to go all the way if I put you there. Because we're doing semi-symmetry, you should actually be here. But I'd actually prefer for them to just all have the same, like, distance of reach. So we will put them here and here, and it should be the opposite. Yes. Cross them, and then rotate twice. That's 2. And then these ones... we put them here and here, we can go less than a 45-degree angle and less than a 45-degree angle. Grab from here, down to there. Here, over to here. Cross, rotate, rotate. Nope. Don't even need to cross. So yeah, all that junk can go into there. And even though Laser Turret 5 is almost done, we can start doing module restarts. Woohoo! Everybody cheer! Yay, it's gonna be such good news. It's gonna be great. It is gonna be great. So excited. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take a break here. I'll be back though in the next episode. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. See you in a bit.